for y'all today? Hope everyone's having a good day. Slight change of weather today. Well, technically last night, but anyway. So Alabama does not do really much winter per se weather. Like, I mean, we don't get a whole lot of snow or stuff like that, but we do occasionally every now and then. So we got hit with the tornadoes the other day, and then a cold front comes through. Nobody thought we were going to get as much as we did, but we got a significant amount. Some places got 4 inches, some places got 6, some places only got like 3. Our area got around like, I don't know, like 4.5-ish. So I left a little earlier today, and I'm kind of used to the snow and all that kind of stuff. I'm from New England, so if you didn't know that, I'm sorry, but I am from New England. So I kind of dealt with this kind of stuff on a daily basis in the winter. So to see it is not really all that appealing to me as much as some people, because I just know the pain that it can cause, and everyone just wants it just gone basically a lot up north. Some of the kids would like to have it because it's a school day, but with all that new virtual learning and stuff, it doesn't really help. So, but I woke up earlier than normal just because I knew it was gonna be a little crappy weather. So I said, yeah, I'm gonna take off a little earlier than normal just to be on the safe side. And thankfully I did, because on the way I was on the Parkway. Our highway to most places is called the Parkway, and I was getting closer and closer to where I was going, my work, and this gentleman, or I think it was a gentleman, it was driving a truck, kind of got in front of me and kind of like slammed on his brakes hard, and I moved into the other lane, which wasn't as clear as that lane was, and then he jumped right over in front of me again and did the same thing. So I moved right back over, and when he did the same thing, and I almost ran into the rail. Well, I didn't hit nothing. I slowed down, and I managed. So that's the one thing I wanted to make sure you understand. When you're driving in this kind of stuff, do not hit your brakes. Do not try to, because one, you're going to start swerving, start letting off the foot of your gas, and just let it gradually slow itself a little bit. If you need to, just pump it a few times, like I am right now. Just pump it. Don't let it actually come to a full like stop, but just like try not to just like kind of thing. You know, don't try and jerk it to where you'll start swerving. Because if you do that, then you're gonna make it a lot worse. And don't jerk the wheel or nothing like that. Try not to. And if you do end up getting in a swerve, turn in the direction of the swerve. That's what I've been told. Do not turn in the opposite direction, or maybe it's backwards. I can't remember. But either way, do not try and correct it too quickly, or you're just going to throw yourself in a complete spin, and before you know it, you're going to hit something. But anyway, I got close to hitting the cement barrier on the side of where it's like basically like a long barrier all the way through, and that's what I almost hit. But luckily I slowed down enough, and I was like on an incline, so I kind of just stopped for a second just to give myself a minute to like let him get away from me, because some people do not drive well in bad weather. Trust me, even when it rains here in Alabama, people do not know how to drive. They will drive 70 miles an hour down the Parkway when it's normally 50. The speed limit's 50, and the people, they'll go 70. I try and go like at least like 5 above or 5 below, depending on how busy it is. So if it's really busy, I go 5 below, and if it's not as bad, I go 5 above, just in case. I know that's technically not a good idea to do, but I do it just because it's a little easier, and people don't get all honking at you and getting all mad. So, but I know these vlogs have been more like a serious vlog a lot, and I'm kind of don't worry, there's gonna be more where there's gonna be more activities, and I'm gonna be doing more stuff. I was gonna join a bowling league this year, but I might join one later, maybe. I don't know. I'm just not really into it right now. I don't know why. I'm just not really wanting to do it. I'm trying to get more of my... I kind of want to get something else going besides just bowling. I kind of want to get this going more, and the streaming stuff's done. I know that's kind of like, well, that's just like, this is just a hobby. Yes, bowling is like a hobby, but when you're constantly trying to figure things to say or things to do in these vlogs, like I am now, I know it's like I do this in one take and I don't edit nothing, and a lot of people don't do that. Like I just naturally can just talk and just say something. But what I wanted to really clarify, when it does get bad weather, we don't have the equipment to deal with it. Like this right here, we don't have the equipment to handle the snow. We're not going to spend millions of dollars just to buy equipment for something that might happen every few years, Granted, we did have it last year too. We had one decent one last year, I remember, because I woke up and my grandfather drove me to work because I wasn't for sure about if I wanted to drive or not. And we drove down, he dropped me off, and then not that many people showed up to work. And that was actually the same thing today. About 30 or so people called out of work. And when you call out of Walmart, you get a point, unless you have PPTO, which is protective paid time off. So if something happens and you can't make it to work, you have that to protect you. You get paid for it and you don't get a point. At Walmart, if you get 5 points, you're fired. Unfortunately for me, I have 2. One I left early. Another one I left early, and then one I called out, but I used PTO to cover my pay. So I still got paid for the day, but I didn't get covered for. Yeah, it's confusing. But anyway, but if you're unsure if you're not going to be able to handle the driving situation, or if you don't think you're comfortable driving, don't. Make sure you feel comfortable to do something. Don't ever let someone be like, well, I need you, and you need to be here. Well, if I'm unsure of how things are going to be, do not make me do something that could impact my safety. Me, I've been in this situation. I've been around this stuff for so long that I kind of just like, I know what I'm doing here. But the one thing I really want to make sure that I get across is, like I said, don't let no one make you do something that you're unsure if you want to do or not. If you're unsure, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not a risk for your life. And too many things are happening right now as it is that we don't need to add more worry or anything in that scenario. It is beautiful to look at. That's the only thing it goes for me. It looks really cool to look at. But sorry, I'm just turning into my area. I'm gonna go ahead and wish you guys a great rest of your day. I have one vlog that I'm gonna put up today, which today is Monday, that I'm vlogging this. This one will go up either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how I want to space them out. I don't know quite yet. I might do back-to-back and then do one tomorrow for Wednesday, and then so on and so forth. So, that being said, I wish everyone a great rest of their day, and always remember that you are your own person. That's it, really. And don't ever, like I said, don't ever let someone tell you to do something you don't want to do. Yes, it may cost you a job, but is it really worth your life, though? That's something you want to think about. I did a small little, I can't remember if it was like a Devo, or it was like a small little lesson, or it was an actual full lesson. But my first time ever giving a lesson to the congregation I go to, my topic was temptation. Temptation is one of the biggest things that we as human beings face every day. And the most struggling part is when you're a Christian, you deal with it a little more personally, I think you want to say, because you don't want to feel like, oh, I'm not going to fit in. I don't want these people to think, oh, I'm not cool, I'm not this, or I'm not that. And that's what Jesus did. He was tempted, I think, 3 or 4 times by the devil for food and a few other things. I can't remember all of them. I'm sorry. I'm not like all the way biblically like knowledgeable, but I do know, and I remember studying that when we go through life, temptation is like the strong point here, because every day someone can be like, hey man, you want to try a cigarette? Hey, you want to try an alcohol? You want to try this? You want to try that? And you're like, maybe, yeah, I'll give it a try. But then in the end, who are you actually really hurting? Yourself? God? Your relationship? All of the above. You're hurting everything if you do something like that. You're hurting your relationship because you're not focusing your time on God or Jesus. And in the end, when that final time comes, he's going to look back and say, why did you do these things? You were tempted. You could have pulled away, said no, but you didn't. That's the one thing that we always have to strive and always know we need to be better at. And I'm not perfect. I do the same thing. I struggle with some things. Work, mostly. Stress. Stress is one of the big things when it comes to work. And, yes, there's sometimes when you have to deal with rude customers or just employees that don't want to have a good day and they just want to take it out on everybody. You just got to go with it. And it's going to be hard. I know it is. But we're going to get through it. We always will. We always do. And we're going to make it. I know we can. I know we will. I appreciate everyone that watches these. Like I said, there's going to be a lot more coming. I promise you. So, until the next one, peace.